Hello students, welcome to this lesson on biological clocks. What are biological clocks? Biological clocks are internal regulatory mechanisms that control various cyclical responses in living things. Some of the responses to biological clocks are eating, sleeping, body temperature, hormonal secretion, cell regeneration, and so on. Both plants and animals show yearly cyclical responses, or what we call circannual rhythms, monthly cyclical responses, or lunar rhythms, daily cyclical responses, or circadian rhythms, and there is also other cyclical responses. Since biological clocks are innate behavior, it is genetically pre-programmed. Let us see circadian rhythms or circadian clocks. Circadian rhythms or circadian clocks are internal regulatory mechanisms that control changes in daily basis in living things. Circadian clocks have two main features. The first one is circadian rhythms persist with a period of about 24 hours in the absence of environmental cues or environmental changes. Second, circadian clock can synchronize to a 24-hour cue, such as the intensity of light or the light-dark cycle, what we call entrainment. The biological clock of mammals and some other animals is found in a small area of hypothalamus of the brain, what we call suprachiasmatic nucleus. This suprachiasmatic nucleus always sends impulses to pineal glands when there is low light intensity stimulus or dark stimulus. Then pineal glands start to secrete or synthesize melatonin hormone based on the impulses that come from suprachiasmatic nucleus during the night time. Now, the melatonin hormone promotes sleepfulness. That means it becomes specialized to control sleep-wake cycle or sleep-wake response. When we see lunar rhythms, these lunar rhythms are an internal regulatory mechanisms that control changes in monthly basis in living things, which relies on moonlight. Cyclical responses to lunar rhythms or lunar clocks are holes of wolves, reproduction cycle of some eel, some amphibians, some fishes, and some aquatic worms. Circannual rhythms or circannual clocks. Circannual rhythms are internal regulatory mechanisms that control changes in annual basis in living organisms. Changes in the light-dark ratio can control reproductive behavior on annual basis. That means as the day length changes, so will the duration of melatonin secretion within the bloods of organisms. This change in duration links to reproductive behavior in many animals to specific time of the year. In this case, some animals become long day or summer breeders and others are short day or winter breeders. Many other animals show circannual rhythms in behavior such as migration, hibernation, coat growth, and camouflage coloring. For example, swallow birds always migrate in annual basis. Since the diet of swallowbirds consists largely of insects, they always migrate during the winter season. Why this could happen? Because during the winter season, temperature drops too low in the northern hemisphere and trees lose their leaves and many insects start to hibernate and hide themselves. For this reason, swallow birds forced to move south hemisphere where temperature is more good and food is always available. When we see hibernation of hedgehogs are one of the few mammals that are true hibernators. During hibernation, hedgehogs drop their body temperature to save a lot of energy. This can happen during their nesting time from October or November and March or April. When we see coat growth and camouflage coloring of Arctic foxes change the color of their fur to white during the winter season to blend in with snow to avoid their predators by camouflage coloring because during the winter season in the northern hemisphere the temperature is very low or decrease highly and the water changed to snow. And during this winter season, Arctic foxes let their furs grow highly to conserve their heat energy within their body since the winter season in the northern hemisphere is very cold.